Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you are new here, karibu sana. I'm Essy Mungai. Thank you so much for stopping. Remember to subscribe, like, share and leave a very nice comment as we always do. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so in case you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell and also share the video as well. So it has been a minute ever since we posted, but I'm glad we are back again at it. Yeah, so this time around it's consistency after consistency. I hope so. So as you have read on the title, I'm going to be doing a first time tag. So I'm going to be answering a few questions about my first time in a particular thing. I hope you guys will enjoy the video. I hope you guys will have some good time over here. And in case you enjoy the video, remember to like and share as well to your friends. So yeah, so that's basically it. You can as well follow me on my social media platform at Essy Mungai on all social media platforms. Yeah, so I think that's basically it. Yeah, so and as well you can also promote me in my small business. Yeah, so that's it. So let's get to it. So the first question is like the first app you check when you wake up in the morning. Yeah, so basically the first app I check when I wake up in the morning, of course it's YouTube Studio. In fact, not YouTube, it's YouTube Studio. So I basically check to see my algorithm and maybe how many subscribers I've added, how many hours. Yeah, so that's basically it. So if you're a content creator, I'm sure you always do that. Yeah, so for me that is what I normally do, and that is the first app I check in the morning. Yeah, so funny thing is most people will expect that the first app you open is WhatsApp, but that's not the case for me. Yeah, so the first broken bone. So this is a whole story. So my first broken bone happened when I was very young. I think maybe class 2, class 3, if I remember right. So it was my arm, my left arm. Yeah, so my arm broke while we were playing with my cousin. Yeah, so we were playing the game that you walk facing backwards, and then it happened that my cousin told me that he walks on this side and me walk on this other side. So we got to a point where there were stones. We both never knew they were stones, so we got to that place and then I fell from behind and my arm got hit. Yeah, so I think it had a problem. So my grandma took care of it for some time, and then the following day my mom told me I should not play, I should rest so that we can see how it goes, like what will happen to it like later on. But who is me? I went ahead and played and I guess it got worse, so I had to go to the hospital and whatever happened, a plaster. Yeah, so that was it, and I think that's the only broken bone that I've had, and yeah, it was intense. Yeah, so the other question is first foreign country I've ever visited. So currently I've not visited any foreign country, but I'm praying to God that I visit one very soon. Yeah, I'm praying to God that I can visit one foreign country soon. Yeah, so that one is on God. Yeah, so first Instagram, Twitter or Facebook post. So I don't think I've ever posted on Twitter. Yeah, I've never posted on Twitter, but I have a first Facebook and Instagram post that I'm going to be leaving it on your screen respectively. Yeah, so first makeup item. So if you know me, I don't use makeup. I've never owned a whole makeup kit or something. So I think the only something like makeup is lip gloss. That is what I've used ever since I was young until now. That is the only thing that I like, lip gloss. But then that was the first thing that I owned. But then when you are growing, I got to a point that I liked, what is it called, eye pencil. Yeah, because when I got to high school, because they used to tell me that I look very well with eye pencil. So those people who used to carry those things in high school. When they were applying me, they told me you look nice, so of course I had to buy and try putting it on. But the first one that I ever owned, and I still own frequently, is a lip gloss or a lip balm. Yeah, so that's it. First time ever got in trouble at home and school. So should I answer both at home and at school? So at school, I think I've ever done a story time about how I got in trouble at school. So yeah, so the first time I got in trouble at school, I think was in class 3, when we were playing those games that we used to make. I don't know if you guys played those games that used to make caps. We used to call them sungura scout. I don't know what people call them. The cape that you make using paper, like it has this kapati umbrella and then behind is paper. So me, of course, and that cousin of mine, tulikuwa wakora sana. So we were the ones who always led people in doing those things. So we did a whole class. We got in trouble, and of course those people who started these things, of course it was a whole trouble. So the first time I ever got in trouble at home, I honestly don't remember a serious time. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a time I got in trouble at home, but I'm not seeing any time that I ever got in trouble at home. Yeah, so at home, I've not said there's no time that I got in trouble, but I can't remember a time that it was that serious. Yeah. So first YouTuber you subscribed to. So honestly, we wouldn't remember those first kabisa, but the first person I remember subscribing to was Miss Trudy. Yeah, so that was the first content creator that I ever subscribed to, and I enjoyed her content so much. Yeah, so I think that was the first person I subscribed to. Yeah. So first time you went shopping on your own. So the first time I went shopping on my own was, I think, when I joined high school. So after high school, so you know, high school, it was okay, even in primary I was in boarding, but now high school there was a lot to do. You have to get your hair done, you have to get your shopping, you have to pack. So as a firstborn, my mom told me now I've become a big person and it's time I start going shopping on my own. So not the first high school shopping, but after the first high school shopping, the second one, I started going for shopping on my own. Yeah, so basically all my high school life I went shopping on my own. And yeah, and also after that, after high school, of course, as the firstborn, for my brother it doesn't feel like he needs to go shopping on his own. Like for my parents, it feels like I have to be there for him to go for the shopping. So that is how firstborn feels like. Yeah, so my first cooking experience. So this is a whole story of my first cooking experience. So my first cooking experience, it was, okay, I think I have two serious cooking experience. So the first cooking experience was, I think I was in class 4. I came out of school, so I used to come direct home, and I think I used to come alone. I don't remember where my brother was, the one who is following me. I don't remember where he was. Maybe he was going to work with my mom. So I came home, and then I was like, I want to cook an egg. So I switched on the gas, and then I placed the pan, and then the oil, and then the egg. So I did not wait for the cooking oil to become hot. So I just poured the egg, and I was like, this is not how I see it looking. So there's something that must be wrong. So guess what happened? I just threw it, and the good thing, it was just one egg. So I just threw the egg. Yeah, so I just threw it, and that was it. So the other time that I messed up cooking was when I was preparing rice. The rice, yeah, the one that you mix carrots, nyanyas, and all that, and potatoes. Yeah, so I was preparing, and this is what happened. Like immediately I cooked everything well, the meat, the onions, the nyanya, the what. So I did not understand what always happens here kwa rice. So I you know, after you have the warus and the potatoes and the cooking and the water is boiling, supposed to add rice. So I added rice, and then I saw like the rice was, of course the rice disappeared in the sufuria, and then I was like, where did the rice go? So meaning I told myself I put less rice, so I had to add more rice. So I added, and it was excess. So when my mom was getting home, it was still cooking because it's a lot and I don't know what to do. So it'll be too, like my mom had to come exchange the rice, and we cooked the rice with a pressure cooker because it needed to cook fast, and also I had messed up and the food was a lot. Because you see, I added, but the food was sweet. It was sweet, and still the food was nice. My first ever cell phone. So my first ever cell phone was a small Nokia. Remember those days, that small Nokia, and you used to buy for it a lot of SMS. It's due 200, 500 SMS. So that was like my first ever cell phone. Let me tell you, sikuwa nashikika, cause owning a phone at that time, I think I was even in class. The first phone that I ever owned, I was in class 4, imagine. So for me, I have owned a phone ever since I was very young. Yeah. So funny thing is that even if I am a firstborn, like I think my parents felt that a phone was essential. So I owned that Nokia phone when I was very young. So first fear. I think my first fear, I think, is just heights. Yeah, that is what I'm so afraid of. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. And then the other one is first heartbreak. So first heartbreak happened. First heartbreak happened, I think, after Form 4. I think I've ever done a story about that. Or it happened after Form 4. And there was this guy, then you just talk, ila to chatting and all that. So I thought this guy likes me, and then I came to find out that this guy had a girl. So I think that was basically a first heartbreak. Although I never regard it very serious, because I think it was just that era of growing up. Though I think it was, we can place it up kwa first heartbreak. So first internet activity. Of course, my first internet activity is always YouTube. It has always been YouTube. And yeah, it has always been YouTube. And okay, that's fine. But no, nowadays it has changed. No, of course I have to check. Like nowadays I just check maybe how it's going on YouTube. And then after that, back to TikTok. Nowadays TikTok is my favorite. No, TikTok is the real deal. So guys, you can also follow me on TikTok. Yeah, I'm fun to watch over there, so kindly go and follow me there. Yeah. So my first job. So I think the first job that I ever did was in campus. Because honestly, after Form 4 for me, I never got a job, so I never had any job after Form 4. So I think after I joined campus, that is when I started looking for jobs here and there. And it was not, I think, in first year. I think it was their second year, if I'm not wrong. And the job that I did a very interesting job. So funny thing is that I always used to look for those promo jobs, but I think most of the time they were asking me for, I think, good conduct, I think health certificate, and most of the time I never had those things. So most of the time I used to miss out on those supermarket promo and all that. But I think the first job I ever did was an ushering job I did with Iftex. I don't know if you guys know Iftex. So I think that was the job that I did in 2020. is it in 2022? Yeah, I think that was the first job I ever did in 2022, and that was the job that opened my mind, and I was like, oh, so you mean I can be in school and still work? So that job was interesting. It had a bit of pressure, but it was nice. And you know, Iftex deals mostly with flowers, so it was very interesting. So it was like not a promo, I've told you it was a nurturing job, so it was fun, and I also did the same job this year. So honestly, that job is fun, and I think honestly, even if I ever get a serious job and I get that free time, I'll of course consider the job. Yeah, so that sorry, that was my first job. First language. My first language was Kiswahili, funny thing, not my mother tongue. So my first language was Kiswahili, and yeah, so that was it. That is it for first language. First love, I think there were those things that used to happen, I think during adolescence stage in primary school, where you like someone that doesn't like you. I don't know if you guys feel me, that you find that there's someone who likes you so much, but you don't like this person, but then you like someone who likes someone else. It was, I think, just a triangle of love. There was just a lot going on, but yeah, so yeah, so I think that was my first love, maybe first piercing. And when did you get it? So this is my only piercing, the one that has an earring on. So that's my first and only piercing. So I got it when I was very young. I wouldn't tell you a story about it because I think I was a month old. So this was not I decided it. My mom just decided to have a piercing on me, and of course I like it. Nasikianga, there are people who get piercings and then when they grow up they are complaining they don't want the piercing, but for me, I like this piercing a lot. So I like it as a one pierce. I don't think I'll ever add another piercing. I'll just remain with this piercing. So first thought today, my first thought is how God has been so faithful to me, you know, with the gift of life, family, and I always remember to thank God. And yeah, so that was my first thought, like how God has been faithful, honestly, and also things to do with me. And yeah, so that's it. First tattoo, I don't have a tattoo yet. Yeah, so my first YouTube video, if I remember right, my first YouTube video was a skincare routine, and it was very blur. It was bad. I think maybe naweza wekea hapa, you guys see it. So that was my first YouTube video. So, and I'm glad during that time I had that one friend that I had encouraged so much to start a YouTube channel, and she's the one who was like, you're not supposed to shoot like this, you're supposed to shoot like this, because even the shooting was very bad. I was also very scared. I don't know how you get scared while shooting your own video, but I was so scared. But anyway, it's live. One day I'm going to react to that video. My online profile picture, I think this means maybe my WhatsApp online profile picture, because that is what I'm going to show you, my WhatsApp online profile picture, because the YouTube one, you know, my Instagram one, it's ya kitambo sana. I don't even have that photo. So first book I ever remember reading. Honestly, I'm not a fan of books. I have always had issues with teachers in primary school. They had even cases calling my parents, I don't read books. So I think the first time I came to like books, I think was in high school, and I think it was because of my Kiswahili teacher. I liked my Kiswahili teacher a lot, so my Kiswahili teacher plus those set books, they were so nice. There was something about that teacher he was a vibe, let me say. So I think I just enjoyed the subject. I also liked the book. So most of the time I will read the Kidagaa. So my first book that I ever remember that was very nice, it was Kidagaa in the River and the Source. Those books were nice to me. I used to enjoy them. I used to have understood them. So it was Fun. First person you text when something exciting happens. So I don't know how exciting in what weight, but anything that exciting happens, of course, definitely is my parents. And yeah, those are the first people I tell them anything exciting happens to me. Yeah, so first person I talked to today. So today on a phone call, I haven't talked to anyone. Maybe on WhatsApp I have texted a few people. And is that talking? No, that's not talking. But I've talked to people at home, like my siblings. So today the first person I talked to was my brother. Yeah, so maybe what did I tell him? No, we're just talking. Of course, not morning. Of course, not morning. Yeah, so of course it was my brother, and I was just asking him things. Yeah, so I think first person that ever broke your heart, that one I think I've answered. First thing I do every morning. So the first thing I do every morning is pray and then phone, and then I'll wake up from the bed. First thing I do when I get home. So the first thing that I do when I get home, of course, you remove your shoes, and then when I get in the house, I make sure I've gotten out the clothes that nilikuwa nazo na huko. So I make sure I have changed. At least it gives me some sense of relief. Yeah, so guys, I think I have answered almost all the questions about the first time tag. I know there's so many questions that you wanted to hear from me. I know there are those questions that we are remaining like, did you not answer these and these questions? I know there are those questions, but I'm not going to answer them. So that was basically it for this. In case we will plan to have a part 2 of this, I think I'm going to be answering those questions that you are thinking in your mind. Yeah, so that's basically it. Remember to like the video, remember to share, remember to subscribe, remember to turn on your notification bell, tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah, so I think that's basically it. I'm so excited to have you. In case you have watched till here, thank you so much. Yeah, so I think let's meet on the next video. Till next time, bye.